They do not pray. They do not repent. They do not even remember who they were. Their faith is injected. Their obedience is wired. Their rage is chemically enforced, bound in chains, strapped with injectors, released only when the enemy must be erased. These are the Arco-Flagellants, not warriors, not soldiers, but living weapons unleashed by the Imperium when mercy is no longer an option.
Welcome back to Brush and Blood, where we paint the darkest corners of the Imperium and tell the stories no one likes to stare at for too long. Today, we're painting the Arco-Flagellants, the Adepta Sororitas' most terrifying support unit, and the ultimate expression of faith enforced by technology. As I paint their restraints, injectors, and flails, we'll explore who they were, what they've been turned into, and why the Imperium still unleashes them. What is an Arco-Flagellant? An Arco-Flagellant begins as a criminal, not a doubter, not a failed believer, a murderer, a traitor, an apostate. Those whose crimes are considered too great for execution, but whose bodies are still useful. Their memories are erased. Their identities burned out. Their personalities destroyed through neural lobotomy and psycho-indoctrination. What remains is flesh. That flesh is rebuilt. Muscle stimulators grafted into bone. Injector rigs bolted to the spine. Pain suppressors removed. Obedience protocols hardwired into the brain. What comes out the other side is no longer a person. It is a switchable weapon. Why they exist? The ecclesiarchy believes two things absolutely. Sin must be punished. Nothing must be wasted. Arco-Flagellants exist because execution is inefficient. Instead, the Imperium converts criminals into assets used once, spent completely, and discarded without ceremony. They are not redeemed. They are not forgiven. They are consumed. Their weapons. Arco-Flagellants do not carry weapons. They are built around them. Their arms are surgically replaced with electro-flails and arc-charged lashes. Flexible weapons designed to strike repeatedly from unpredictable angles with devastating speed. Here's why the Imperium uses them. Rigid weapons require discipline. Firearms require restraint. Blades require control. Arco-Flagellants have none of those. Flails and whips strike multiple targets at once. Overload nervous systems through electrical shock. Bypass armor joints and weak points. Reward constant motion over technique. The weapons are paired with chemical stimulants that force non-stop aggression. The harder the flagellant moves, the more the drugs reward that movement. It's not skill, it's momentum weaponized. How they are controlled? Arco-Flagellants are not loyal. They are managed. Control comes from inhibitor collars, timed drug cycles, remote kill switches, handlers trained to activate and terminate them. When the chemicals burn out, the flagellant collapses. If they don't, they are destroyed. There is no rebellion risk, because there is no self left to rebel. Lore story: the lockdown of Greyshard Hive. When Chaos cultists sealed themselves inside Greyshard Hive, the situation was already lost. The lower habs were choked with barricades. Corridors were trapped with explosives. Entire levels were flooded with toxic smoke and scrap fire. Imperial Guard assaults failed within minutes. Sisters of Battle advanced 3 times, and 3 times were forced back by overlapping kill zones and suicide bombers screaming praise to dark gods. The canoness watched the casualty reports climb until there was only one option left. She spoke a sentence no one ever wants to hear.
Authorize the flagellants.
Deep beneath the hive, iron cages disengaged with a sound like screaming metal. Injector rigs hissed to life. Chemical seals ruptured. The Arco-Flagellants woke violently. Some thrashed, some convulsed, some screamed until their voices failed. Then the handlers flipped the final switch. Combat drugs flooded their systems. Muscles locking, hearts hammering, vision narrowing to motion and threat. They were dropped into the hive through maintenance shafts and collapsed elevators. No briefing, no plan, no extraction. Vox traffic from the lower levels lasted less than 30 seconds. After that, only noise, electrical crackle, wet impacts, screaming cultists first, then nothing identifiable. One surviving Vox log captured a cult champion shouting orders, then suddenly screaming as something fast, heavy, and wrong hit him from the side. The signal cut out immediately after. 3 hours later, Greyshard Hive went silent. When recovery teams finally descended, they found corridors stripped bare, walls gouged, doors torn from hinges, bodies reduced to shredded remains. No cultists survived. None of the Arco-Flagellants were recovered intact. Some were found collapsed, where the drugs burned out, hearts ruptured, muscles torn from bone. Others were never found at all. The canoness reviewed the report, closed the data slate, and spoke the only words recorded in the aftermath.
Sanctuary restored.
No prayers were offered for the dead. The hive was cleansed, and the cages below were already being prepared for the next time mercy failed. Real-world parallels. Drug-induced shock troops. History has seen moments where chemical aggression replaced training. During World War II, some nations experimented with methamphetamine-fueled assault troops. Soldiers kept awake for days, driven forward by stimulants capable of terrifying short-term performance. One German unit during the 1940 Blitzkrieg reported advancing for over 48 hours straight, followed by complete psychological collapse. Arco-Flagellants are that concept perfected with no concern for recovery. Prisoners used for experimental warfare. In darker chapters of history, prisoners were used to test weapons, chemicals, and endurance limits. They were not expected to survive. They were expected to provide data. The Imperium follows the same logic. Arco-Flagellants are not tested to improve them. They are tested to see how far flesh can be pushed before it breaks. And once it breaks, another body replaces it. Tabletop tie-in. On the tabletop, Arco-Flagellants behave exactly like the lore. Extremely fast, devastating in melee, difficult to control, fragile once the momentum stops. They either annihilate their target or collapse trying. Perfectly Imperium. Psychology of the flagellant. Psychologically, Arco-Flagellants represent identity annihilation. In real-world terms, this mirrors extreme chemical restraint programs, sensory deprivation experiments, forced dissociation under trauma, and drug-induced obedience conditioning. Subjects don't obey because they believe. They obey because they cannot do anything else. There is no guilt, no faith, no fear, just stimulus and response. In the Imperium, this is considered efficiency. In any other context, it would be a horror beyond comprehension. And there they are, the Arco-Flagellants, painted and ready to be unleashed. Exactly once. Fun fact, some Arco-Flagellants continue fighting after sustaining fatal injuries, their bodies moving purely on chemical momentum. Disclaimer, not all lore and facts may be 100% accurate. This is just fun storytelling as I paint and bring these minis to life. Next time on Brush and Blood, we pull back from rage and restraint and look at the ones who try to keep others alive. The Hospitaller, battlefield medic, faith keeper, and quiet hero of the Adepta Sororitas. Fun question, would you rather rely on uncontrollable chemical fury or trust your army's survival to one calm figure moving through the fire? Tell me in the comments and keep your brush steady.
Not too bad.
Still, the Emperor still has work for you.
Thought I was finished.
Not while I breathe. You'll stand again. Both of us will.
Next time on Brush and Blood, for the sisters who fell, I won't falter!
With faith as our shield, with these hands, we